Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good day, my friends, and we're going to make it a great day. And my aim today is to get you ready for the week ahead of you and to challenge you in your personal and leadership growth, because I know that by listening to this podcast, you're going to continue to be inspired, because that's what I'm here to do, is to motivate you and to inspire you and to be there for you in what I can do to make your day and to make your week a great week. And so today I want to continue the conversation and the discussion with the time that we have. I've been reading a book called The 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork, because teamwork is so important. And if you haven't read the book, check it out. I've been excited in reading these various chapters in the book, and I want to talk about today paying the price tag in teamwork. There's a price tag. You know, people who are successful and people on the outside looking in and they see, wow, people are successful. I want to be like them. I want to accomplish what they've accomplished. I'm so proud of what they're able to do. But don't sell yourself short. You, too, can be a great success. But I'm here to tell you, paying the price tag, that's another thing. Because if you ever ask anybody that's ever done anything great, they'll tell you they paid a price. I know in all the years that I've been serving and as a leader, as a coach, as someone inspiring others, I can tell you there's a price tag. You know, people can choose to stand on the sidelines of life and try to do everything solo. Or, listen, you can get into the game by being a part of a team. And that's what I want you to do today. Be a part of a team that's going places. It's one thing being a part of a team that's not going anywhere, always complaining, always thinking negative, never setting the sights high, setting the bar low, just getting by, putting in time. Well, that's not you. That's not me. And today I want you to recognize and understand that if you put in the time, you're going to see the dividends. You're going to see success like never before. Why? Because you're going to be consistent. You're going to be determined. You're going to be working at it. You're going to take away some of the things that were taking time from you, things that weren't going to add up to much, but things that are important you start dialing in on. Because think about this. The rewards of teamwork can be great. But there is always a cost. You always have to, listen, you always have to give up to go up. Did you hear me? You got to give up to go up. Well, that could be giving up. You name what it is that you're going to give up. Anything that pulls you down, anything that causes a distraction, anything that keeps you off of the main highway of life for your purpose, your passion, inhibiting you to get to where you're destined to go, then we need to give it up so in order that we may go up. Because the team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. And I'm talking about how we can work together and get better. You take teams that have made it to the top and have won and been successful, I guarantee you the next year it's going to be tougher because the competition recognizes that they won and they want to get a piece of the action and they want to be number one. And so there's a bullseye on every winning team and every teammate that is successful because they say, watch out for that team. And what is it that we can do to overcome the success that that team has generated? But you're going to have to realize that it's never ending in terms of learning, never ending in terms of growing. Yes, you can take a time out, take a little breather, have a huddle meeting amongst yourself and amongst your team and figure out the direction that you're going to take and how you're going to go about doing it. But at the end of the day, work, work, work. That's what it's going to take. Former President Dwight Eisenhower said this: there are no victories at bargain prices. Wow. If you want to reach your potential, you can never let up. I like that quote. You might want to use that. There are no victories at bargain prices. There's a price tag. Because people who've never had experience of being on a winning team, they often fail to realize that every team member must pay a price. So there's no individual me, myself, and I in teamwork. It is about counting on those that are around you to do their part and to do it well and to challenge each other and to hold each other accountable so that you all put in the time and put in the sweat. And a lot of times the teams that are trying to do their very best, they fail, but then they learn, and then they fail, and then they learn, and they get better. They challenge themselves year after year. If everyone doesn't pay the price to win, then everyone will pay the price by losing. No one likes to lose, but you think you just show up, you win? No, sir, no, ma'am. It's going to take a commitment by each and every one. It's going to take an understanding of what it is that I must do to be a contributor among the team and to work together so that we all can be successful. There are no few back-to-back champions in sports. I know my favorite team, the Detroit Pistons, they won a back-to-back champion. And who was that other team out west? Los Angeles won a three-peat. You remember Pat Riley making that a patent, three-peat? But when you think about those teams that win back-to-back or win 3 times in a row, or there are only a few companies that stay at the top of Forbes magazine list for a decade. Only a few do that. It takes hard work. It's a price you have to pay because becoming a champion has a high price. And remaining on top, get this, remaining on top costs even more. You know that. And so the higher you are, the more you have to pay to make even small improvements. Most people who quit don't give up at the bottom of the mountain. They stop halfway up the mountain. And that is such a regret for many people who started off with great intentions, with the zeal and the energy and the passion, only to get to the middle of the road or the middle of the height of the pinnacle of success and yet give up. But you've got to keep going because the price of teamwork is sacrifice, number one. There can be no success without sacrifice. James Allen, he once observed this. He said, "He who would accomplish little must sacrifice little. He who would achieve much must sacrifice much." The team gets to the top only through, get this, sweat, blood, and sacrifice of its team members. That's teamwork. It takes a team. Sacrifice, number one. That's the price of teamwork. Everybody makes a sacrifice. To stay after practice, to go a little bit harder, to try even more, and to work on their weaknesses so that they become one day their strength. Number two, the price of teamwork is commitment, time commitment. Time is so important. Are you willing to put in the time, or you just want to work a 9 to 5 and just put in the time and go home? Those that succeed, they go a little further. They work a little harder. They stay a little longer. Because when you talk about time commitment, teamwork does not come cheaply. It costs you time. That means that you pay for it with commitment. You pay for it with your life. You pay for it with your passion, Because when you are committed, no matter what happens, no matter what obstacle that may stand in your way, you'll overcome it. You'll find a way over it, around it, through it, but you're going to continue. You know what I say all the time, never, never, ever give up. Keep moving. Keep it moving. Number 3, what do you mean paying the price? Well, there's a personal development that comes along with that. The team will reach its potential only if you reach your potential. Let me say that one more time. When you're working within a team and you want to be successful, the team will reach its potential only, get this, if you reach your potential. So you can't blame it on someone else. You have a part in it. I have a part in it. We all have a part in it. As I've said in my business, when you focus, you win. When we focus, we win. But together, we all win together. Max Dupree, he said this. He says, we cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. It may have worked for you 2 years ago, but it may not work this year or next year. So you're always looking to fine-tune, always looking to make improvements, always looking to develop yourself. Never becoming content, always staying relevant for today's time. That's why one of the things I like to continue to work, because I continue to learn from people, whether they're young people, older people, it doesn't matter. We can learn from each other. And when you just put yourself on the couch and sit there and watch TV all day, you're not learning much. But when you put your experience and your expertise to work and you take the things that you've learned and put it together, you'll remain relevant. You must have the desire to keep getting better. As John Wooden would say, it's what you learn after you know it all that counts. It's what you learn after you know it all that counts. Well, what have you been talking about, Dr. Charles? We've been talking about the price tag in teamwork. And we talked about 1, making a sacrifice, 2, making the time and making the commitment, and 3, continuous learning and growing through personal development. Well, that last one is being unselfish. People naturally look out for themselves. It's natural. The question today, my friends, is, are you thinking about what's in it for me? Well, it's never far from many people's thoughts. What's in it for me? But if a team is to reach its full potential, its players must put the team's agenda ahead of their own. That's so important. Well, I like to close with this. H. Jackson Brown, he had a theory. It was called the Boomerang Theory. And the Boomerang Theory, it's true. It goes like this. When you give your best to the world returns the favor. And if you give your best to the team, it will return more to you than you give. And together, you will achieve more than you can on your own. Thank you, my friend, for listening today. I trust that this has helped you, because paying the price and teamwork, it's worth it. Don't shrink back. Move forward. You've been listening to Dr. Charles. Now it's time to do what? Go back to work and make a difference. Let your light shine the rest of the week. Have a great week. Until next time, God bless.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about the Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.